The next is settings. Settings give you a lot of controls on additional things you can manage. This is where you can manage the agent configuration such as advanced settings, security, language, and things like that. So we will look into that later. Close this out. And the last but not the least is the test pane, what we are currently using to test this. Now let's go and learn about topics. So click on topics. So this time what we are going to do is we are going to learn about how to create a topic from scratch, and we are going to learn about how to create and edit topics. First and foremost, here you can see what are the topics which is already turned on for this agent. You can see there are check order, check ticket, cryptocurrency topics, goodbye, greetings. There are quite a lot of topics available. So let's go and turn off some of the topics. So if you don't want a certain topic, it's super easy for you to turn it off. Or if you want to use a particular topic, you can actually click on the topic to turn it on as well. So let's expand this out to see what are the topics available. So I have some sample topics created at the moment, like to test this out. So I'm going to turn off lesson 1, lesson 2 topic, and lesson 3 topic. So it's basically to show you, like, if you want to enable, you just simply click on enable. If you disable, if you don't want to use a particular topic, you click on disable the topic. Now let's explore a particular topic. So I'm going to come here and click on check order status. So click on that topic. Here you can see that what's included in this topic. So it's a trigger topic, and some of the phrases which is in the trigger are like order status, track my order, where is my order, check delivery, status of my purchase, and things like that. So these are all predefined and already given. So if you want to modify it, you can click on edit. That allows you to add extra phrases, like add phrases will allow you to add extra phrases. When you look at these particular topic, you can see that these are the topics or the trigger phrases anybody would typically use to handle any sort of customer orders. Like they want to check for a delivery status, check for my purchase, locate my order, things like that. And these, when a user input these, this doesn't have to be an exact match of it. If it is close related, it is gonna trigger that phrase. So what if you want to add a new phrase? So you've been testing this agent and the agent is not picking up a new phrase or things like that. If you want to modify and add a new thing to the topic, all you have to do is click on edit, and under add phrases, click on that and add the new phrase. So I want to add has my order shipped. So if I look at the existing phrases, these are all the existing phrases. It's has my order shipped is not available. So click on add. So you can see that there is a new phrase added. It's called has my order shipped. To save the changes, click on save. And if I just scroll back or scroll down the existing phrases, you can see that has my order shipped is added to the existing trigger. So now to test it, I can come in here and I can ask, has my order shipped? It is going to ask me the next step. That is, please could you tell me the order number? See, that's the next step, because before there was no phrase like that. It is added so that it couldn't respond to that or take you to the next step. Next, we are going to explore the question, message, and condition nodes. So if you scroll down just under the trigger node, the next one is the question node. So just scroll down. The question node is when you are expecting a response from a user and you want to do something with that information. So when I asked, has my order shipped? The question to respond to that input is, can you give us the order number? Because you are expecting some information to respond back. So their response is, whenever they provide this response, we are going to store that in a variable for future use in the conversation. So here you can see that whatever response the user is going to give, we are going to save the user response as an order string variable. And the next node is another question. So if they give us another question could be, what would you like to do an order? So we have 3 actions provided, like, do you want to update, check, or cancel the order? And we have another variable where based on the choice, we are saving that user response. So this particular node asks the user what they would like to do with the order, providing 3 options, and then save the responses in a global variable called global order request. So there is another question. The next one is the message. So if I remove this test plane so you can see more. All right, so the next one is the message part. So depending on the condition, the message node expand into text. So depending on what they tell, this probably tell the user that, hey, this provide the confirmation to the message to the user while incorporating the whatever information provided in the global order request. Below the message, you can see there are quite a number of nodes spreading out or branching out. So these are called branch offs or the topic branch off into different conversation path. So this is quite useful when you are meeting different condition. In this case, if the user selection is what they want to do with that order based on the condition could be update or check or cancel. We have different option to provide the response to the user. Each one have a different message associated with it. So if the question is like updated, there is a different message. If the question is to check, we will say that one moment I will check your order for you, or other messages. Or if they say that cancel the condition, there is a different message. One moment I will cancel the order for you, and things like that. So to test these variable combination, let's do a quick test. Click on test, and here I'm going to ask in the message box, has my order shipped? That's a question. That's what I asked. I'm going to ask one more time. So it is going to look into, please could you tell me your order number? So I'm going to tell the order number is 001342. It is going to save that variable, and based on what we have seen here, it is going to keep that variable in the order number as order number string. The next natural question is, what would you like to do with the order? Do you want to update, check, or cancel? So I'm gonna click on check. So you know that if you go under this check, it is going to give you additional messages like one moment I'll check the order for you and things like that. So I'm going to click on check. All right, so it is asking, it is telling no problem, we can check that for you. Let us take a look at your order. One moment I'll check that order for you. Now it is telling your order should be delivered by Sunday, and did that answer your question? So if you explore the path of check, if I scroll down, and based on the variable it collected, the order number, and you can see that there is a message based on the order number. That's the message we received. And there is another node called either end conversation or a redirect conversation. So what we have just now seen is the redirect. Rather than redirecting to a newer conversation, it is asking, hey, end of the conversation. Did you get that answer? Do you want to end it? If there is another node, if the blue path is not taken, there is another option to either ask the user to cancel the order, and it is going to cancel the order for the user and then give the confirmation back. So I'm going to say yes. So when you based on your response, it is asking, hey, do you want to rate your experience? I can say that yes, great experience so far. This is another way you can collect the feedback from the user, figuring out if it is actually serving, is it useful, is it performing rightly, and things like that. And the bot is telling, thanks for your feedback. Is there anything else it can help? So if you want, you can have the conversation going, or you can say that no, at the moment everything is fine, to end the conversation. So the CSAT score and the resolution rates, these are all stored in the analytics tab. So if you go to the analytics tab, so based on what a real user provide, these are all collected here. So now we are testing it. It's not available, but if you really publish this to outside and if a user provide this, then it's going to be collected here. So we will test that later. Now let's go and review the topics bit more. So I'm going to go back to the topics. So let's remove the test option so we get more real estate here. So let's select a topic, check order status. All right, so I'm going to help you understand few things over here so that we understand all the components within this particular page. So first, on the left hand side here, you can see the name of the agent or the title of the agent. So if you want to modify the title of the agent, this is where you can come in and modify. Right now it is called check order status. So when you hover your mouse, this allows you to modify or edit the name. Just under the name, you can see there is something called productivity bar. So this is where you have access to tools such as cut, copy, paste, and delete for notes, messages, questions, and so on. At the same time, in the same ribbon, you can see there is a list of icons here. These are like icons for Copilot, comments, variables, topic checker, details. And if you click on this ellipsis, you can see there is additional details like analytics, open code editor, etc.